Welcome to the Knit-a-thon. This is day 9. Does it seem like day 9 that we've been crafting daily? I'm not sure if it seems like day 9 to me or day 1 or day 19. At any rate, I am excited to be here for this knit-a-thon and for today's project because we're going to craft together and we're going to have some fun. Going to have a lot of fun. Good morning. Is this Justine? Hey, Justine. Thanks for tuning in and watching. Are you crafting today? I'm sure you are crafting something because you're crafty like that. You're crafting today. Awesome. You probably can't say what you're making. Huh? Got it. Awesome. That's so cool. I'm glad you are watching. So today's Knit at Nine, we're crafting for a cause, and the cause is for American Cancer Society. When you donate to the fundraiser, your donation goes directly to the American Cancer Society, but you also sponsor a project for me to knit in my knit-a-thon. And that project goes to a chemo patient that has cancer. So in this month of November, I'm committed to knitting every day. This is the calendar. Sponsors, you are amazing. Look at all the projects that are sponsored for the month of November. The support has been absolutely amazing. I'm so excited about it. And so much so that I have an overflow tracker. So, although all the spots are full for November, I still invite you and encourage you to donate because I'm committed to making all the projects that I need to based on what you sponsor. And I'll just add those to my overflow tracker. So the daily knitting is only in November, the daily live knitting. So anything that's overflow, I'll just be creating that offline, but I will definitely share with you and show you the project that you sponsored if it's not on the calendar for the live. And these are the items that you can sponsor for this fundraiser. Ooh, Justine is making quilts. Cool. This is my sister, by the way. She's amazing. She's taught me so many crafty things, many, many crafty things, and is an expert. When I say expert, that's an understatement. An expert quilter and just an expert at all the things, all the things. So I'm sure it's going to be lovely. Thanks for sharing. So, for today's project, it is sponsored by one of our amazing sponsors, once again. And Sandra, thank you for sponsoring today's project. So, what are we making today? Today, let me put it in here so that you'll know. Today, we're going to crochet a flower bookmarker. This is what it's going to look like. It's going to look similar to this one, but different colors. I'll put it up on this side so that you can see. And just like yesterday, I got a head start by creating the stem for this flower. So this was created on my Addy machine and it's knitted in a panel knitting and that just goes back and forth. So for the flower, we're going to crochet this part and we're going to use this red burnet yarn. You can see that. And it's really thin. Saluki. I love burnet yarn. This is actually a burnet too. I don't have the label for it anymore. But this one has like a crinkle look. So we're gonna it's like a lime mint green color. very, very light. We're going to use these two for the flower. And I have my pattern here for my flower that I'm going to be referencing. So let's get started so that we can hopefully finish this within the hour. But if we do not, we will finish it over on the fundraiser page. So if you're on the fundraiser page, you'll be able to see all of the projects that we don't finish live. And if you'd like to be added to the fundraiser page, just comment page and I'll be sure to add you to that. So this flower bookmarker that we are making, it's going to be a combination of double crochet stitches, half double crochet stitches, as well as treble crochet stitches. And first, we have to start with a chain. And the chain on this flower is actually 105. So I'm going to let you come in closer and watch the progress as we go along. So now we have our 105 chains to start this flower. And the flower is going to be a long panel like this. We're going to build up on it. And then to put it together, we're actually just going to roll it on itself and it's going to create the flower. So now we're actually going to create half double crochets in all of the stitches. So starting from the third chain, one, two, three, we're going to create a half double crochet. So when you do the half double crochet, you do a yarn over, insert the, don't split the yarn. I'm splitting the yarn. Let me pull this closer. So yarn over, insert the hook into the stitch, pull up the yarn, and there's three on the hook. Yarn over and pull through all three. So we're going to do that all the way down. It's a bit fiddly at first because we're trying to establish the base for the flower. This base will allow us to mend or bind the bottom of the flower together so that it can blossom into a rose. There are lots of crafty crocheters that and knitters as well. They're able to create projects, fiber projects without looking, just by feeling. I am not one of those people. I have to have the brightest light to make sure that I go into the stitches properly. But I know some people just do it by feel, and I think that's absolutely amazing. Just like reading Braille by feel, that too is absolutely amazing to me. Did I say how amazing the sponsors have been for this knit-a-thon? Absolutely amazing. I actually want to share with you the progress. I have a video of our progress. Check it out. I love that. I love that so much that I'm going to show it again. I love it. It just shows the initial goal that was set for the fundraiser has been met and exceeded. So the goal was raised because God's not done yet. And the sponsors continue to donate, and I continue to knit. I love it. I am I'm here for it. Thank you so much. And thank you, Sandra, for sponsoring today's project. So you can see the half double crochet is creating a wider base for the flower that we're working on. I'm just going to give myself more slack. I wish I could zoom in a little bit better, but I think you get the idea. Half double crochet down the entire chain. This is a great way to practice stitches, to practice your stitches, practicing doing your half double crochet for sure. So I also want to just share with you a little bit a visual about what your support means to the American Cancer Society. It's a great day for a knit-a-thon. far. Trying not to split the yarn. Awesome. So now we have all of our half double crochet created for the flower. And we're going to chain 6. And we're going to turn it so that we can work in the on the other side. Give myself a little more slack. Ooh. Mm. I think I need to. Mm, should I cut this and tie it? No, I'm just going to be aware and be gentle. Crochet is definitely more forgiving than knitting. This is exactly the same thing that happened on which project were we working on? We were working on the yellow and gray hat, and this is the same thing that happened. And I had that little. I still have the memory of it because we got this far on the project, and then this happened. The yarn just unraveled itself. So I have that memory. But that was with knitting. This is crochet, so it's a little bit different. So now we're going to do a double crochet in the back of the fourth stitch. So the double crochet is a yarn over, and we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. Yarn over again and pull up, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And this is our double crochet in the fourth stitch. So we're going to chain 3, and then we're going to double crochet in the third stitch. 1, 2, 3. Oops. We're creating these little windows, and actually we're going to repeat this until the end. So chain 3 and double crochet in the third stitch. So 1, 2, 3, yarn over, and we're going into this third stitch. 1, 2, 3. Doing that double crochet. 1, 2, 3. Yarn over. 1, 2, 3. It's like a little dance. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Right? 1, 2, 3. Yarn over. 1, 2, 3. Stitch. Okay, I'm going to try to hold it closer to this camera so that you can see what I'm doing. So 3 chains, and then a double crochet in this third stitch. So we're going to yarn over, and we're going into 1, 2, 3 into the back of that stitch to do that double crochet. And this is what it's looking like. This is what we're creating. And we're going to create this down the entire length of this piece, just so that you have a better idea of what we're doing. And we haven't gotten to that thin piece yet, but it's coming. Hi, Kelly. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in while you are out and about. We are creating a flower bookmarker today. It's going to be a rose. And it's going to look like this. Trying to show it in both views. I got a head start on this project again, Kelly, just like yesterday. But I am feeling that we may finish this on the fundraiser page again. But that's okay. To learn the flower, this flower is actually a pretty easy pattern. I can actually put it in the comments or in the description. It's a fairly easy pattern. I will be happy to share it. there's a lot of consistent stitches or, similar stitches that you do repetitively, and it creates a long row of stitches that once you roll them up on each other, they create a flower. I did not create this pattern. I actually found this pattern on YouTube, on a YouTube video. We're actually streaming on YouTube. I love YouTube. We're streaming on Facebook as well as Instagram. So I'm coming up on that thinning area, and I'm just going to be very careful because it's still together, but it's fragile. We're here. One, two, three. Okay, it's still together. We did it. We knitted through it. Now it's in there. It is surrounded by support. Just the way you are doing with your support as you donate to the American Cancer Society. I love your support. Yes, Kelly, I will definitely share the pattern for this flower with you. It's our progress. We're probably halfway there, so. So, do we have any crafters that can do their craft without looking? Do we have any crafters that do their craft with music in the background or while watching TV? I know some crafters can craft and knit and craft and crochet. I'm sorry, knit and watch TV, crochet and watch TV. It's actually very, how should I say? I'm trying to be careful while I'm chatting myself that I don't mess up on my stitches because I'm one that needs to see like in bright light and I need to count. So it's hard for me to be like watching something and not looking at where my needle is going. I'm not a filler knitter or a filler craft or crocheter. I have to see it. But I do like to listen to music or something while I'm crafting, while I'm crocheting. Now, as I'm knitting the beanies, the chemo beanies, and the scarves on the Addy machine, I have my counter that counts for me. So that's pretty cool. I don't have to necessarily look at it while I'm creating it. Although I do want to keep an eye on the stitches just to make sure that nothing drops or nothing sticks. Um, but with the Addy circular knitting machine, it's pretty cool that I can be um, more flexible with what I'm able to do while I'm crafting. And with that Addy, I can definitely like listen to music or talk or watch a movie or just like Justine is saying, listening to an audible. Yes, that listening um, to an audible during the Addy circular knitting machine, I can definitely do that. I think I would be able to do that with this particular project. Some projects are more intense than others, where you really have to count the stitches of what you're doing. But some projects, like this one, is pretty repetitive when you're on a certain stitch or doing a certain thing. So I don't have to use a lot of, mental capacity to remember what to do. I can just look at it and see what's next. But if it's like, I don't know if I did two or three right there, I'll just do another one. If it's a complicated pattern, I need to pay attention, especially if I'm counting stitches. But I definitely agree with the Audible. I know you love to listen to Audible. Oh, Kelly, you're like listening to audiobooks as well and watching TV. Cool. While crafting. Now, if I'm doing paper crafting, I can talk, I can watch TV, I can do all the things with paper crafting, like creating my greeting cards. Okay, so I think we're at the end. And we're going to do one, two, three. That's perfect. How that works out. Okay, so now we have all of our windows created. Ooh, we did something funky right there. That's from me talking. Look at the windows. All of them look great up until this, but we're gonna make it work. What did I do? Oh, I think I didn't add that extra chain or something. See, that's what talking does to me. You've seen it. Okay, focus, Janet. So now we're going to, I have my little pattern right here. I'm going to chain three and turn it. Give myself some slack. Okay, so we're going to do 4 double crochet in this first space right here. One, two, three, four. So we have it looking like this. And we're going to repeat that in 4 spaces. So 4 double crochet in this next space. One, 4, and then I'm going to do that in the first 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4 for the third space, and usually this last one. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we have 4 spaces where we did the 4 double crochet. And now we're going to give myself some more slack. I'm going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to slip stitch on the same side as the 4 double crochet are in. So that connects the stitch to the bottom of this section. Then we're going to slip stitch on the other space. Okay. And now is where our pattern starts, our first pattern starts. Oh, Kelly, yeah. I love listening and watching YouTube videos as well because I learn all the things from watching different YouTube videos. That's how I actually learned how to do this particular flower that I'm working on from watching a YouTube video. So, yes, I definitely agree with that. Okay, so we're going to chain 3. We just did that slip stitch in the other space. So we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going to do 3 double crochet in this next space. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're going to do 2 double crochet in the post, which is this line right here. That's the first one. That's the second one. We're going to do 3 double crochet in the next space. 1, 2, 3. We're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going to slip stitch on the same side, so we're connecting it to the bottom again. And then we're going to do a slip stitch on this other side. So this little bridge that we've created over those 2 connecting spaces, we're going to do this 5 times. So back to that chain 3. 3 double crochet in this next space. 1, 2, 3. 2 double crochet in the post. second one in the same spot. 3 double crochet in the next space. 1, 2, 3, chain 3, and slip stitch on the first side, then slip stitch on the next side. Ah, there we have that second one. We're going to do this 3 more times. Give myself some slack here. Thank you for watching. Sisters Knit and More. Awesome. And thank you for subscribing as well. Well, if you missed the beginning of the live, you can definitely watch the replay of the beginning, but you're here now. Yay. So I'm actually creating a bookmarker. This is charity knitting, knitting for the American Cancer Society. And what we're creating is actually this flower. It's a bookmarker. So the top is a rose that we're actually working on right now. And the bottom is knitted stem. So I already have the base created. Now we're working on the flower. And I'm referencing my pattern here. So thanks for watching. The section that we're on right now is the 5-time repeat. So I chain 3, and then I'm doing 3 double crochet in this first space or this next space. 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to do 2 double crochet in the next post space. You actually tuned in at a good time right before the live ended. Whenever I do my live during this knitathon, the goal is to finish a project within the hour. But if I don't finish the project within the hour, I post it on my fundraiser page. If you'd like to be added to the fundraiser page, just comment page and I will invite you on there so that you can see all the behind the scenes of what goes on once we're finished. Okay, so now I'm going to do my chain 3 and slip stitch on this side, then slip stitch on this side, do more chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Then I have to do 2 in this next post space. And then 3 in this next space. I'm going to stretch it out to show you what it looks like after this space right here. This is the last of the third. Do my slip stitch. So this is what it's looking like. I'm going to put it on just my hand. So it's going to be a curve, kind of. We started out with this covering the 4 spaces, and then we have bridges, so to speak, that are covering two spaces, and they're only um, double crochet length high. So we're doing 5 of these, and then the last 10 will actually be treble crochet, so it'll be a bit taller. So that's what creates like the dimension in the flower. So the middle part of the flower is a little, the petals are shorter, so to speak. And then the outside of the flower, the petals are a bit um, higher, and they have that peak in the middle, which you can see that on here. These are the petals that have the peak. Those are the last petals, but this petals towards the middle are the ones we're working on now that they're not very tall. Oh, definitely sorry to hear that. Um, your dad passed away from cancer last year, and your sister had thyroid cancer. I definitely empathize with you, and I'm sorry to hear that. Cancer is in my family as well, and being there to provide support for patients going through cancer, as well as the family members, friends, and family. Everyone needs support. Um, so you're in the right place to get the support because the sponsors here for this fundraiser are amazing and can relate and empathize and definitely put you on the prayer list because needing support doesn't end. Needing support doesn't go away. Uh, so thank you for sharing, and I'm going to put you on my prayer list. And thank you for tuning in with us. Thank you for tuning in as well from Facebook. We have one, two, three, four. There's one more space to create. This knitting with a cause is a passion for me. I'm very passionate about creating and definitely doing it with purpose. Um, so, providing these cozy comfort items for patients going through chemotherapy um, is just one of the ways that I'm able to support as well. You can definitely support by donating to the American Cancer Society, to the fundraiser that I'm uh, working with right now, and it will sponsor an item that I will knit, that I will create, that can go to a chemo patient right now. You can also sponsor with dropping positive affirmations in the comments in the chat with prayers for other people or with a prayer request. All of that. Those are all the ways that you can support and that people can support. And sharing this video as well. Okay, so for this, okay, I need to chain 3 and then do my slip stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have this done 5 times. And we're actually going to, this last slip stitch that I did, I need to take that one out so that I can actually change and add my new color. We're now going to the new color. I'm just going to leave this a little bit of a tail because I don't need this red anymore. But I want to leave a bit of a tail so that I can weave it in. And so I'm gonna do a color change with the slip stitch. I just have to position this right. Feels a bit awkward for me sometimes when I do a color change. Okay, so I'm gonna tighten this and then pull it through. There we go. Now I can do the chain three. The smoothness of this yarn is definitely different than this one. I can feel this one gliding a bit different. So actually, this is going to be a chain four because this is where the treble crochets come into play. So we're going to do four trebles in this space. If I can get my hand situated. So with the treble, I wrap the yarn around twice, and we end up pulling through three times. And we're doing four trebles in this space. So that was two. This is three. Wait, one, two, three, four. Okay, that was four. I think I need to do that one over. I felt weird. I don't think, actually, I'm going to go down to the first two because I don't think I wrapped it twice. Yeah, I defaulted back to the double crochet. Okay, there we go. So now I have that chain four, and then I have four trebles in the next space. So we're going to do, let's see. This is, okay, so this is in the post. So we're going to do one treble in the post. And then to create that peak, I'm going to chain two. And then I'm going to do a slip stitch in the bottom of this chain two. That's going to help with the little peak. And then one more treble in the post. And then we're going to do four treble in the next space. Oh, this is that space that where I wasn't paying attention. Remember that space in the beginning that I messed up because I was talking? I need to go back and do this over. I'm glad I caught that. So usually the spaces have a chain three that gives it a big gap. On this space, I don't know what I did, but there's not a big gap. But I'm still going to have to work four trebles in that space, and I can do it. Um, but that actually takes us to the top of the hour here. We have another Facebook user. Knitting with a cause is such a beautiful, kind gesture to support cancer patients, cancer survivors, and in memory of those who have lost a loved one to cancer. Aw. You want to learn how to knit. Knitting is so much fun. Do I teach? Actually, I just have different videos here on the YouTube channel. I do have a basic, well, I think that was crochet stitches, like crochet 101. But I can add a knitting 101 as well that just walks you through knowing how to do certain stitches. That's how I learned a lot of the different crafting things that I'm doing as well through YouTube videos. But I'll definitely share like a knitting 101 video series as well. Um, because I love to share, which is why I have the YouTube channel. I love to share. If you're watching on YouTube, you're watching on my Crafts and Curls channel. So it's all about crafting and curls. So with my hair, I consider that crafting as well. So yes, I'm passionate about um, knitting with the cause. And thank you for tuning in. So since this Knit at Nine Knitathon series is daily knitting. The commitment is to knit for an hour. So we're at the top of the hour. I'm going to have to finish this project over on our fundraiser page, which is in Facebook. If you like to be added to that page, definitely let me know. Comment page, and I'll invite you to the fundraiser page. And I love this, sisters. Definitely praying for total healing upon all who have cancer, praying for peace upon the loved ones who support their family members through cancer. I love that blessing. I encourage everyone to just flood the comments with positive affirmations. I'm all about positive affirmations, so much so that I have a positive affirmations series, and actually, all of my sponsors for this knitathon will go into a drawing to win an item from my positive affirmation series. And I just want to share with you a little bit more about what that means. So let me share that with you. Hey, sponsors, donators. I don't know if you know, but you are going to be entered into a prize drawing. It's a raffle for your donations. And if you haven't sponsored or donated yet, you still have time to enter into the raffle if you are listening to this in between November 1st and November 30th. You still have time to enter into this raffle. How do you enter? By donating to the American Cancer Society and sponsoring a knitting item. I am raffling off 3 items, 3 winners. Thanks to Sherry, there's going to be 3 winners. Yay, Sherry. So I'm raffling off my positive affirmation. This is a blank notebook that you can use for journaling or however you want to use it. Grocery list, thought list, brainstorming, whatever you need, right? This is my positive affirmation 90-day prompt journal. This is intentional. There's also a bookmarker in here, which is a card. But this takes you through 90 days of affirmations and 90 days of journaling and 90 days of scriptures associated with your daily affirmation. And it focuses on self-confidence. So 90 days to unleash self-confidence. This is my first volume of my positive affirmation series, first of 4 volumes. And also this positive affirmation zipper pouch. What can you use it for? Whatever you want. It's a big sized zipper pouch. I guess this is about, it's close to the size of 8.5 by 11, but that's not the exact size. I don't know what the size is, but you have this to store all the things that you want to store in there. 3 winners to win one of these items. So if you've not donated or sponsored today, what are you waiting for? Yes, it's all about encouragement and positive affirmation um, from me. I love that. I definitely love that. I totally understand what you or how you're feeling having loved ones that have passed away from having cancer. My mom passed away from cancer as well, but she's always here. As I'm sure you've experienced losing a loved one, you already know that as well. And I appreciate words of encouragement and affirmations as well, and we all do. And being intentional with our words and intentional with our tongues, with positivity and positive affirmations, goes a long way, a very long way. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this project over on our fundraiser page. But this project was sponsored today by Sandra. Thank you, Sandra, for sponsoring this project. We're still creating it. And just to show you what the next 10 sections will look like, it will look like this right here. So the first ones look like this, and we did 5. Now we're going to do 10 of these. And if you like to see what that looks like, comment page, and I'll add you to the fundraiser page. Thank you for tuning in. And actually, for the knit-a-thon that I'm hosting here, um, let me just change this right here because we are off on Sunday, and the knitting is daily knitting, but every day except for Sunday. So I say that to say I'll see you on Monday. Thank you for watching.